Hey guys, Ricky Martin from RickyMartinTheSecurityGuy.com. So it's been a little while since I posted a video. I just recently took the AWS Cloud Practitioner cert last week, last Friday actually. So a week today. And in this video, I'm just gonna kind of go through what I did to prepare to take that in about 2 weeks and my three takeaways for you to be able to do the same and pass successfully. And I might throw in a little bonus at the end. So, to kind of kick things off, let's talk about what the cert is. So, the cert itself is Amazon AWS intro level cert for cloud technology. So, this is geared to people who are not necessarily technical or don't have a technical background. This is also kind of geared to salespeople. It's kind of open. It's not really super technical from cloud concept standpoint, but you do need to know the different technologies that AWS uses, the names of different services, that kind of thing. So, jumping in, the cert itself, I took the cert online at home thanks to COVID. Didn't feel comfortable going into a test center with, especially, I'm based here in Arizona. We have some of the highest numbers right now, so it's not really ideal to be exposing myself to any additional risk. That's just, me being a security guy and weighing everything. That being said, so the test itself is a pass-fail. It is based off of a score of 1,000. You need 700 to pass. I got 869 on mine when I passed. And the breakdown is basically there's 4 domains that it covers, as you can see behind me. Cloud concepts is 26%, security is 25%. Technology is 33%, and then the billing is 16%. So, with that in mind, my suggestions would be for you to follow or focus on these areas when you're preparing for the test. The ones that have the most weighting in the scoring. So, technology is going to come in at number 1, cloud concepts is number 2, and then security would be number 3. So, kind of jumped into that. So the 3 takeaways I mentioned earlier. So the first one, understand the different technologies that are part of AWS. So what do I mean by that? So you need to know what are the names of the different offerings that AWS has, things like EC2, DynamoDB, Glacier, Snowmobile, all these different terms that are AWS specific. You need to know what they are and what they actually do. You don't need to know how they work in a whole lot of technical degree, but you at least need to be conscious of what they are and where they fall in. Like DynamoDB is going to be key value pair database, non-relational, those kind of things. Glacier is going to be for long-term storage. That's what you need to understand those concepts. Now, this will help you, understanding those will help you pass the test, but also will help you build a foundation as you decide to progress, if you decide to progress and work more with cloud. It's not just about passing the test, it's to have that experience and understanding so that you can actually apply it. Number 2 would be, at least from what I found, understanding the security and IAM within AWS and how AWS uses security concepts. So really how AWS uses their security policies, the roles, how you can apply it to different components within the AWS environment, what things you would put in place to secure a bucket versus securing an instance or securing a role. They're all going to be different, and you need to understand how those play together. Like, there's going to be policies that apply to buckets versus instances. Roles have different rules, those kind of things. And when to use which one. Because from what I remember, there were some questions that will ask, or try and trick you using something that you wouldn't apply to a different component, right? So, something that can only be used on a role, and see if you can apply it to a bucket or those kind of things. And then the last thing I would say is cloud concepts and best practices. So you definitely want to review the white papers that AWS has created, all their best of design and well secured environments, those kind of things. They have a lot of documentation on that. Understanding that and knowing how it works and how it's applied in the AWS world is definitely going to help you to understand the concepts and best practices and how AWS structures their offerings, and it will help you pass the test, as well as be successful if you start working with AWS in the future. As if you're going after this, you probably want to do some work with AWS, I would imagine, at some point. So this is definitely going to give you a good foundation to work off of. So, as I said, the last thing, the bonus item that I would say is understanding the billing and support, how AWS structures it, and what you get based off the different type of account that you might have with AWS. There were quite a few questions that I saw that, although they weren't technical, they did tie back to the type of account you have and what level of service you get and what kind of support. So understanding the structure and the support structure based off the type of account and billing that you have is going to be key for you, not just to pass the test, because although it is a small percentage of the weighting of the exam, understanding those kind of questions, because there were a good number of questions around billing and support that I did recall or had some aspect to it within the exam. But also, again, going back to the overarching concept is, if you want to be successful working with AWS and moving forward in your career and being, an AWS engineer or architect, you want to know what level of service you get with the different types of account offerings and billing that you would have with AWS. So, like I said, not the hardest exam, not the most technically challenging. It is not geared to be that kind of exam, but it is definitely, I probably overthought it preparing for it, but I definitely think it benefited me because I understand the concepts, I understand the technology going in, and especially if you understand the concepts, you can carry that with you to any cloud provider. So not just AWS, GCP, Azure, whatever it might be. But understanding the concepts and how they work is going to be key to being successful with the technology. So that being said, another video coming soon. I'll be working on some more cloud certifications, so you stay tuned for those. And if you enjoy this, hit the like button and subscribe, and see you on the next video. Take care.